And it's World Down Syndrome Day. Communities across the world are advocating more effort to celebrate differences and also question old stereotypes. The UN General Assembly formally recognized World Down Syndrome Day in 2011 to respect dignity, celebrate diversity, and defend the right of everyone to lead an independent life. Globally, Down syndrome affects between 1 in 1,000 births, and regular health screenings and early interventions have been identified as ways to help build brighter futures. And founder Chromosome 21 Down Syndrome Care Foundation, Folashade Adediji, joins me on the news this hour. It's good to have you join us. Talk to us about how well Nigeria is performing in amplifying the voices and also providing support for persons with Down syndrome, particularly for those in underserved communities.
Okay, thank you so much for having me. I would say, in my own judgment, that Nigeria is not really performing so well in this regard because there are still a lot of people who are not aware about this Down syndrome. And many times people mix it up for other chromosomal conditions like ADHD, like autism, like cerebral palsy. But in this case, Down syndrome is not really known to people. And that's why our NGO is doing the best we can to make sure people get aware and sensitized about this, to stop stigmatization and encourage inclusivity for persons with Down syndrome.
And we have globally 1 in 1,000 birth cases of Down syndrome, but that's on the global space. Talk to us about the figures we're up against in Nigeria and perhaps the challenges faced by families and caregivers of these persons.
At least we have about 1,000 Down syndrome cases in Nigeria annually. And, you know, because people are not aware, they don't know how to handle the situation, especially parents. They don't know how to handle such situations when it arises in their homes. And many times they get drained. You know, we all know that parenting is a difficult task. And now parenting a special need child is more tasking. So yeah, we have these cases around us, just that people are not aware. People don't even understand it. And so that's why we're here for people to know that we are in support of this and we want to journey with them as they thrive through.
Right. Regular health screenings and early intervention have been identified as ways to, you know, help identify these cases. So talk to us, is this something that can be prevented? And in that case, what is causing the increase in figure that we see yearly?
Okay, so the only way to do a proactive measure to prevent this is through a pregnancy test, but then it's called karyotype. The name of the blood test is called karyotype. Right. But in this part of the world, we don't really have such facility that much. But in the other part of the world, I mean, other climes, there's this facility for them to detect this while still pregnant of this child. And then they are left with the option, the doctor gets to give them the option if they want to keep the baby or they want to not birth the child. But in this case, they prefer to birth the child because, as a matter of fact, they know the benefits they will get from the government in those countries. But in our country, it's not so. And so that's why we're here, to know that, okay, even if you're not able to detect this while the child is still in your womb, when you birth this child, you're ready to journey with you.
Right. Folashade Adediji, thank you for your insights. That's the founder, Chromosome 21 Down Syndrome Care Foundation. Thank you for joining us on the news.
Thank you so much for having me.
We're still on to TVC News at 1. Be back with